Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, we're just hot right away, huh? You definitely did. Definitely did. Welcome everybody. Error 409 versus Team Styx, Annihilation League Tier 3. This is the first match that we're streaming of the Tier 3 for the season. So I know a lot of people are super excited. Bam. I'll be on the mic right here, Mr. Leapfrog, along with me. Solaire's going to be running the sticks and camera and chime in when she's got a nice little joke for you. Apparently, there's no joke, so no response. Yeah, I can hear it. So, and you might hear the cats in the background. My apologies. Cats want attention, and they love to hear me cast. So, well, yeah, definitely I'll get on that as soon as possible. I have my face cam ready, so maybe next time we'll have a scene ready for the face cam, because you'll see they'll sit on my shoulders. Like one's sitting on my shoulder right now, and the other one's kind of sitting on the desk. So it's pretty easy. I'll talk with you and how to set it up, because I do it all the time. It's all good. That's where you get either you can either do a VTubing thing. I think Arya does the VTubing thing, or you could just do a static image, which is kind of a popular thing. There you go. That's perfect. That just animates when you talk. That's all you need. So, but it looks like we're getting a ready check from Error 409. Just waiting on Arya to hit the ready button. She's gonna be manning the lobby for us. But yeah, I'm excited for the first match. Did they say what the bans were for this first map? Nice. So don't fix. Yeah, it's funny how don't fix could kind of fit in either side. You got don't fix an error, or you could be don't fix and Styx. So. Yep, just want to make sure everybody's following the rules, everybody's sticking to the agenda. But, do you have any idea of a favorite to win this? Yeah, that's what's kind of nice about the beginning of the season, because you can have, I mean, pretty much anything can happen. You can have one team kind of blow out, or you can kind of have one team just kind of set the pace of like how the rest of the season is going to go. So, and that's another thing is, I mean, with it being so early in the season, I mean, anything could happen. You can still get blown out, the first match, and still turn around and wind up leading the season in terms of the standings. So we'll have to take a look. Obviously, Arya is going to field the best players possible with her team on Styx. So I recognize a few of these names. I've been around the block once or twice. Me and you, we've done the Kaizen League. We've done IWL, IOWL. I've been starting to do a little bit more in terms of collegiate stuff. So it's nice to see, the commonality, the common faces around here, at least in the tier three scene.
I was just unfortunately made aware that everything that I've yapped for in the past 5 minutes has not been caught on film here.
My man.
Bro has been talking to his demons, but we have fixed it.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the beauty of OBS. Sometimes I'll just forget to untab the little mute button, and start yapping away.
In my defense, I didn't even know.
It's all good. That's why we got a sound check before the match started, so we got time to get everything situated. Just waiting on a couple of the bands, and then we can get started with map number 1, which probably gonna be Ilios. I have to take a look what the map pool is.
First ban and second ban just came out. It will be Ramatra from the side of Styx and Brigida from the side of Error.
Interesting. So I wonder if they're gonna try to. I wonder if they're gonna try to match kind of like the I don't know if you've watched any of the Overwatch Championship Series comps, but that's kind of a common character I'm starting to see amongst the professional teams, at least with Ramatra and Hazard being one of the popular tanks. I'm wondering if we're gonna see some Hazard to start off now that we're banning the Ramatra.
I think, like, for the terrible trio of tanks right now, Ramatra and Orisa are definitely the most accessible, especially in a tier 3 environment, as this is, like, I believe low masters, I want to say.
Yeah, I think this is diamond through low masters, so that's yeah, most of the time when you see the tanks and the team comps they build around, it's around, Orisa, Reinhardt, Ramatra, just a lot of the brawly stuff that can kind of keep the focus in the front line and kind of keep the compositions pretty simple.
I don't have the sound bits all caught up here. That's a bummer. Glock in my Rari.
I got a Glock in my Rari. Alright. Here, maybe I have a... Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe I have a soundboard. I have a soundbite on here. I could probably do. See what Annihilation's got. They got nothing. See? You gotta just add the sounds to the soundboard.
You're so
that way
real
we can...
for that.
I do that all the time whenever I'm doing my stuff, so I gotta make sure I do the right ones.
I gotta add those.
Probably one of the favorites within my server. It's just the belt. So if you act up, you say things in chat that Lucian doesn't like.
Belt.
That's probably one of my favorites too, so.
I like the bonk one.
There you go. The hammer bonk is a classic.
Looks like they're just...
oh, there you go. Maps and schedules.
Looks like they're just finalizing rosters here.
Do you want to show them? Do you want to show them the map pool while we're waiting?
I don't have it set up.
It's all good.
I have the picture.
Map 1.
Just gotta figure it out.
If you can, just hit studio mode. You can add that bad boy without touching the screen. But map 1, obviously, you're gonna be seeing. We're gonna go to Ilios, and map 2 is gonna be loser selection. So map 2 will go to hybrid, and you get a selection of Eichenwald, Midtown, Kings Row. Third map will be a push map. So go either Esperanza, Coliseo, and then of course for map 4, Escort, Havana, Dorado, and Watchpoint. And if we need to for a map 5, a tiebreaker, Saravasa.
You're so real for that. Save image, paste image, we're getting it in.
Look at you go. Look at you go. And then if by chance there's a 6 map for a tiebreaker, we'll go to Li Jiang. But that's a 1 in a million type things. Very rare to get draws nowadays. It seems like in Overwatch. I remember when Overwatch first started, at least for me, it felt like draws and ties were more often compared to now.
I agree, honestly. I feel like I'm not seeing a lot of draws, even in my competitive games.
Why do you think that is?
Probably because, I don't know, the quality of players I think might have just gone down just enough where it's like most games feel like it's just a one-sided little festive fun.
See, funny that you mentioned that. Oh, here you go. Here's the map pool for week 1. Each map pool will be separate for each and every week. So it's funny that you mentioned the skill going down. I was actually thinking it's the opposite. I was thinking skill was going up. And I think the power of like the perk systems and ultimates and stuff just makes it really hard for draws to actually happen, just because of how strong like ultimates are. You know, pretty much with some tank ultimates, it feels like, you know, those are the win conditions for a lot of the games. But here we go. Map number 1. Looks like we're ready to start here on the Ilios. Don't forget to toggle the map pool. Look at you go. You already did it.
I believe I did it. Go. Yeah.
You did. Sorry, I was a little behind. My bad, OG. All right. So let's take a look here. Arya sitting out on the side of Styx. So do they do the honorable mention and the MVP in this league? I forget.
Casters do, if it's a casted game, but yes, we will be participating in very fun MVPs.
What I want to participate in is putting the default color scheme on. This is wild work that you have green on yellow for the health bars. That is crazy work.
Oh, shucks. Am I supposed to have that defaulted? Green is health. And white is armor. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. Blue will always be shield. Blue makes sense as shield.
All right, here we go, baby. Map number 1, week 1, tier 3. Let's get it going, baby. Styx on the yellow. And on the blue, we've got Error. So let's see how they're going to approach. We're seeing the D.Va come out. It's kind of like a diving type comp for both teams here. As soon as you're not going to find the connection. A big pick already from Zim started off. Looking for a teleport in just to survive, but again, Tippy, even though Tippy went down to critical at the very start of that fight, still wanted getting that first pick and pretty much going to be winning the fight altogether. So, not enough damage. That's the thing with like Winston. I try to tell people like Winston's never really been a counter for D.Va. I mean, sure she can't do any of that stuff, but at the same time, it's not a whole lot of damage output. So, fight 1 going to Error right now, not too bad. That's another thing. I mean, the ult economy is going to be really in favor of Error right now, and you can already see it with Error's getting the pick onto Cynical. I was thinking the beat was going to be able to come out first, but now with the dashes coming in from Robo Tano, got to get those dash resets in, and fight win again, going over to Error. That's a huge pick right there for Error at the tail end there to get D.Va out of mech. I think they're close enough. They're going to try to just remech most of the time. If they get demech kind of early in the fight, they just kind of jump off the map, kind of wipe reset. Now, what that meant is, again, that demech onto D.Va spelled for Error for Styx to run in and try to contest the point. No connection on pulse pump and gonna fall. Zim, too aggressive right there. Oh wow, just enough damage right there. Himbo definitely playing like him right now. Should be able to help turn in that fight here. And Styx finally on the board just before 60%, so not too shabby. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
We got some Himbo fans in chat. We got some Beamer haters in chat. Love to see
Beamer haters on the mic too.
Love to see everybody in the community coming out here.
To support or hate on the people who need it. Blade coming out here for Robotono, looking for one. Oh, it's gonna commit them! That was a crazy cold lesson call from Himbo right there, just calling it out when they were so low and wound up getting punished for it, and now with that one blade kill should be enough to help turn this fight, unless Fever wants to pull out the clutch factor right now with his Primal Rage! He's got 2, and the boot from Arisdale clean up the rest of that fight! I thought that was going to be a fight win for Error, but Styx coming out of nowhere with the Primal Rage off of Femur and clutching it up.
Got Femur hater number 1 in chat. Make yourselves known.
Man. And luckily, again, that wasn't a huge commitment for Error, but now we're going to make a bigger commitment here. The Kitsune Rush, the beat, both support ults coming out here. Still losing somebody kind of early here. Even on the fight right now. Man, the huge death loss from Icarus now turning around again. And now, with Styx taking the lead here in terms of the percentage on this objective, they're going to be super happy with that fight win because now they've hit out both support ultimates. This is going to be a tough fight to come in here. I mean, Tippy sure is going to have Diva Bomb to help recontest or remech if they get demech, but, I mean, again, nothing to help, you know, initiate this fight. No Pulse Bomb either. This is looking pretty bleak right now from Error.
I see that Poco Bomb incoming. I hope to see it. Instantly taking out the Kiriko with that beat engage.
Bomb coming out, not going to be able to find anything, not able to get hacked out either. Ricky just trying to keep them at bay, but it does not matter because Beamer and Himbo, nothing can stop their beams. Your Diva Defense Matrix means nothing to me. I'm going to go through everybody, and we're going to have cleaned up the rest of this fight. And after a dominant start from Error, Styx makes the turnaround here and brings it back with the reverse of that 100.
Score 0-1.
All right.
We got some other tier 3 teams watching in, scouting the competition right now. Ooh, is this gonna be a competitive season or what?
Your worth is a hypothesis.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm already seeing a lot of engagement right now. Yeah, it's super important. That's one of those things. It's great to have that scrim match or having your match showed on stream, but at the same time, people can start scouting you, starting to see what the team compositions you like to run, and to kind of see what your play style is. So it's gonna be super important throughout the entire season to kind of be flexible with how you play, because if you get scouted out kind of early on in the season, you don't want to be too predictable.
I swear, there used to be a Junker Queen statue on this map. What happened to that?
I mean, maybe the start of season 1 of Overwatch 2, brother. That was a long time ago. I honestly felt like 2 years ago.
Damn, are we calling me old?
I mean, hey, I'm a I'm an Overwatch old head too. Oh man, Beamer gonna fall early here, but again, I think this is gonna kind of play out kind of similar. I mean, Error feels like they get an early pick on these fights, kind of get the percentage started kind of early on. You see Robotono giving up on the Genji, going over to the elusive, the annoying Venture.
I hate that character. Only I'm allowed to play him then.
Only Venture players like Venture players. So.
Oh my god, playing against him is the worst experience I've ever felt.
Yeah, they definitely have an annoyance factor just because of how well their survivability is. Just want to say that Su has to come out here just like kind of keep Robotono alive. Tippy already got Diva Bomb. Might be able to use it kind of early here. Looking for a good position to drop it out, and might drop it in the center point if they get demeched. And Ayami pretty much falling right there, getting chased around, but not before getting the pick, getting the trade off here. And despite how this fight was looking towards the beginning of it, it seems like Error should be able to help stabilize and win the rest of this fight. Fade pushed out from Himbo, 1 HP and a Dream, not going to be able to survive. Beamer trying desperately to snipe the Lucio out of the sky, not be able to reach him here. Zim committing the Pulse Bomb as well as the Diva Bomb from Tippy. No connection. Trying to get back in mech, safely does it. Suzu, clutch time from Ayami. Ricky trying to find a hack, not able to find it here. Beamer just trying to chase down the Kiriko there and able to get that pick on just before they get their ult. I can imagine Beat's going to come out from Cynical, but Eris is holding on to it as well. Lucio v. Lucio, get in the sky. Beamer surviving this entire time on the point. Didn't need to use any ultimates, but I mean, at the same time, Error doesn't mind this because, I mean, that's free percentage they're on the board here that they're getting. So now, just shy of 80%, finally getting the flip for Styx.
Oh, systems hacked.
You see the fight prep right now. Ricky gonna hack the mega health packs on the side and makes it so it has some survivable access for your tanks or even your Lucio. I saw Eris kind of go in the back line, so I know he likes to play a little sporadic. And the hack onto Robotono and Himbo again trying to pop that ult. Not gonna be able to find any value off of that, but it looks like they should be able to still win that fight regardless. And again, it's super scary and risky to pull out that Coalescence because, I mean, sure, you do a lot of damage, you do a lot of healing output, but at the same time, you're kind of vulnerable into the sense of, like, you have to be on the field and shooting in order to getting that value out. But 4 ultimates on each side. Almost 5. Zim not going to be able to find the Pulse Bomb connection. EMP is huge. It's all 5 people! And 1 ultimate pretty much determines the fight win right there. No beat committed, no Kitsune rush. Again, that was a huge EMP from Ricky.
Maybe they keep him out here. Get a little stagger going. Looks like
Yeah, they're
they
totally
will.
happy with that. D-Mech Diva just run away. Might as well. I mean, at that point, Tippy, can't really engage until they get their mech back. Unless they want to try to go over Baby Diva. No. Gonna swap off, swap back on. Alright, and now we're about to stabilize or equalize in terms of percentage count right now. I mean, 79% and counting. I mean, they need to go in right here. I mean, we have both support ultimates. I'm hoping they don't try to use both. They're trying to crit both. Tippy gonna get the first pick off in this fight. But alas, we got ultimates to stabilize. This saw what happened last time. Icarus came out of nowhere, got a huge Death Blossom. Kitsune coming out, but just a little late because Robotono already got the pick onto Himbo. B also coming out from Cynical. Both support ultimates out from Error. And now it's well, they recognize that, they regroup, and now they have, you know, the clutch Primal Rage from Fever as well as the Death Blossom from Icarus still. No support ultimates on either side anymore, so now it's going to be go time right now. Tectonic Shock, gonna get one, looking for a second, just barely missing out, but he still gets a second pick right there. Robotono coming in clutch right now with the alarm, with the Venture. And the Primal Rage may be too little too late at this point, falling down to the last person on the side of Styx. Getting the picks here, but now has to jump away from the Diva Bomb or risk dying. And now, that second point gonna go over to Error, tying it all up here. Icarus not even able to pop the Death Blossom there, and again, that's the danger of running that Reaper against the Diva. You always have to be aware of it. Almost can't really use it unless Diva's demeched or hacked in some capacity. Tied up. 1 round apiece here. We're going to a final round, map number 1.
Already seeing how competitive this tier is just from map 1 off rip. Really interesting that I've also, like, I didn't get to mention it between the round there, but there was some counter perking. I saw that the Venture player ran the AoE like wall hacks one to help scout for that invisible Sombra, which I thought was really interesting.
I wonder if that's gonna play.
2, 1. Round 3. Capture.
I wonder if that's gonna play a factor here in the final map here. Composition's pretty much staying the same. I'm surprised Icarus is staying on the Reaper guy. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna try to max the Venture at some point just to kind of get some sort of damage that can't be mitigated. Beamer faking the aggression, starting off early. Cynical not able to make it to the mega health pack, and again, that's all off the back of one little hack from Ricky. Oh, falling down kind of low. Has to translocate out. Lucio falling low as well. Robotono isolating targets. And gonna get 2 picks. Ricky tying it up right now. 4v4 right now. Bazin prowling in the back. No percentage quite yet. Robotono again, another pick. And Zim gonna help him clean up the rest of the fight right there. And Robotono getting 4 picks to help turn that fight into a win, despite losing your Lucio really early on there.
Game on.
Lucian, thanks for the sub, brother.
Yippee!
Alright, taking the aggressive high ground here. Wants to take the fight early. Eris falling really low. Forced to back up. Beamer said, you know what? You don't need to back up. I'm going in. Accidentally fell off the high ground, and that's going to be a crucial mistake. I think jumped immediately that tad bit too far, and Robotono immediately going to capitalize on that and chunk him down. Alright. Again, back onto the high ground we go. Just holding it out. Again, like, how do you make the approach here? Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of hard to make this approach here. When they're sitting on high ground and kind of stabilizing, it's really hard to try to take any type of point progress here. Tectonic Shock again! Huge picks right now from the Tectonic Shock. Sure, the Tippy kill feed showed that they were getting all the picks, but that was all the decks of Robotono right there, getting everybody so low. Those micro rockets, I think they bought the mega rockets, pretty much helped chunk them down all the way to 1 HP.
Sure
yeah,
did.
mega rockets right there, so at that point, it's definitely going to do some damage.
With the recent buff,
That's a
I
lot of
honestly think
damage.
it's better than the Matrix first. Can't lie.
That's a lot of damage. How about a little bit more? Pulse Bomb coming out soon, just in the time from Himbo. Icarus making the swap over to the Venture right now. Diva Bomb just to kind of remech here. You gotta be careful. Cynical falling so low. Beamer able to capitalize on that. Kitsune rush, but now the support's dying on both sides here. Robotono falls, but not before he gets a person of his own. Big damage all around. Air is trying to get that last pick before they fall. Not able to find it. Tippy D-Mex here. And now, with the life pool from Beamer, helped to possibly turn this around. And now it's just Tippy on the plank with Cynical. Ricky's got to make the touch. He does. Not able to. Only got to get that kill on the demon. Not able to defect her before she falls. Icarus so close to Tectonic Shock, but it may not be enough with the beat from Cynical to kind of keep everybody nice and healthy. Fever almost to the cage fight. Slow bomb. Not gonna find anything. And the cage fight comes in, but too little, too late. Robotono, the damage was already done. 100-0 on the third map. And Error 409 taking map number 1.
Very awesome songs. Let's see that play the game.
Of course, it's gotta be the Venture here. I mean, again, this was the fight where I was telling you, like, sure, the kill feed showed Timmy getting 2 picks right there, but I mean, that was all Tectonic right there. All the earthbending skill you could possibly need and want, all in one character. And you see the celebratory mouse shake from Robotono. Man, good map for Error right there. I mean, it definitely looked like Styx was starting to, you know, turn the game around a bit. But again, these swaps that they came out from on the side of Styx just came out too little, too late. Again, the Reaper was not getting as much value as like the Venture was, and you saw Icarus started to kind of get some traction, get some leeway just off of like 1 or 2 fights with the Venture, and of course, you know, with the Moira. It's sure you get a little bit more sustained, but you're missing out on that vulnerability. I mean, having the ability to make your team completely immortal for a split second makes so much of a difference, especially when you have like ultimates like the Tectonic Shock, the Diva Bomb, and the Pulse Bomb and stuff like that. It really does, you know, save you in those crucial moments.
I'm going to be running to the restroom here in a second. But I do have our hybrid map up right now, as map 1 did just go to error as the score is updated, and we'll be going heading into map 2 pretty soon.
All right, so map 2, we're going to let the teams discuss what second map they would like to select. They have a couple different choices. They got the Eichenwald, Midtown, and Kings Row. Judging on, yeah, I was going to say, based on how Styx would play that first map, I was thinking it was going to be Kings Row, and it definitely is. Again, it's kind of the Scrims Row, as we all love to call it. So easy to kind of game plan, and especially the way they like to play dive right there. I think it really plays into their play style really well. I can imagine Femur probably plays a couple other tanks, because I mean, usually people who play Winston can play pretty much anything. So I'd love to see what they want to start off with on map number 1, and seeing that Ramatra cannot be banned from map number 2, you know, I think the Ramatra might be coming out here, or the Reinhardt even. And same thing, I think if Styx is smart right now, I think he just banned the Diva, because I think Tippy on that Diva also made a huge difference, just being able to mitigate a lot of that damage off from the enemy team. And still, I mean, even getting picked in those fights, getting demech'd, able to kind of remech thanks to the beat and the support ultimates from Error, Cynical and Fugugi, you know, really made that big difference. I mean, sure, I was a little skeptical at first. They used both support ultimates at the same time, like 3 or 4 fights in a row, but, you know, they still walked away with that map number 1 win. So clearly, if it's working like that, you gotta keep it going. Zim also playing on the Tracer, making a lot of leeway. It's hard too. Ricky was doing a great job with the Sombra, kind of initiating fights, calling out targets, and hacking them right off the rip. Does help out a ton.
I'm back. Hello.
So let's see. Welcome back.
Thank you. Looks like our map was picked, as we're going to the classic Kings Row.
Mm-hmm. Scrims Row.
And bans will be coming in pretty soon.
So Larry, you got a Twitter or an X?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm sending out the tweet right now for my folks, so I just want to make sure that people know, and I didn't want to exclude you.
I would just tag the Annihilation Twitter there, or X.
Yeesh. Again, Mr. Leapfrog on the mic, along with me, Solaire, taking care of the camera operation, the stream, the works, doing all the hard stuff so I can do the easy stuff.
First band coming out. It is looking like Kiriko. Let's see if we can get our second band in pretty soon so we can get into the map. I don't mean to yawn, Mike. That's my bad.
It's all good. That's why I got the mic button on tap, just in case.
See, now that
especially with the cats being around, man, I've been sneezing all day.
No, keep the cats on. Keep the cats on, Mike.
Here, let's see if she says anything. Kitty Pie, can you say anything to the fans?
Oh
Okay.
my goodness.
Oh, okay.
And who
Tell
do you
them
think
how
is-
much you enjoy Annihilation.
Who do you think's winning though? Who do you think's gonna? Oh, I see. They have been playing pretty well, haven't they?
You think Error's gonna 3-0, or you think Styx is gonna put up a fight?
Oh, she's fuller error. Stopped you when you even tried to mention Styx.
Alright.
Is this caster bias? Could this be scripted game from the cat? We'll see.
The cat casting lives on. We'll do that probably for next week, where I'll put two teams out and let the cats decide which team they predict is gonna
that'd
win.
be so cute.
We'll see if it's a split decision, because I know each of my cats, they kind of tend to think similarly, but who knows? Maybe they'll be like, you know what? Let's give me a split. Let's give me a nice gigabanger of a match.
I guess instead of caster's MVP, it'd be a catster's MVP.
All right, I think it might be time for you to go back on mute.
Alrighty, well, they are banning Venture here as we're getting into our second map. We have the R check ready.
What was the two bands you said? Venture and who?
Kiriko.
Interesting. That's interesting. That it's very rare to see bands come out and not a tank being banned.
It really is, but I feel like King's Row has a lot of anything going for it. It'd be hard to ban just one tank on this map.
I mean, if anything, I was thinking, like, if they're gonna ban a character, I would ban, the Diva, or ban the Reinhardt, the Orisa. There's a couple good tanks that could be banned to, prevent any type of rolling from any side of things.
Now entering King's Row.
But here we go, map number 2, going over to the Scrims Row. Error trying to extend the lead to a 2-0, and Styx trying to tie it all up here. Potential of a tie, but, again, like we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, kind of rare, much rarer in terms of how often the draws and ties come into play.
Though on this map, I find it really hard to get that full cap to that third point. It's very difficult. Very difficult point to cap.
Ready for battle.
Alright. If they're gonna stick it out with the characters that we're seeing right now, I'm thinking, that is kind of crazy. I thought Tippy was amazing on the Diva, so to see him swap over to the Ramatra almost immediately, I wonder if that was like the pick and why the Ramatra ban came out initially.
I don't know. I didn't check the profiles before this started. But everyone's profile should be open as per Annihilation rules.
5.
Alright, here we go. Map number 2. Coming straight at you here.
Attackers
Error trying to extend that lead here. Let's see how Styx retaliates. Cassidy coming out from Icarus. the brig for Eris. And Arya subbing herself in. Okay, no more Ramatra. No more fun.
Well,
Quick fight win right there for Era. That was a very quick fight win.
And I
but,
missed
hey,
all
you know
of
what?
it.
It's all good. You're attacked, so it's one of those things like you're right in front of the spawn door. You just run it back right again. You just go right back in. I think you do the same exact thing. They won't expect it. Ricky, prowling in the back line. Let's see if we can get Bakugi. Baguki. My bad. Japanese names always tear me up. No deal. Oh, no big wall from Robotono. And the punches coming out here. Zin getting the first pick off of his fight once again. And Tippy, again, just putting boots to butts as he starts to beat everybody down right now. Ricky falling to 1 HP here. May not be able to make it out in time. Oh my goodness, how is this Fanthemer still alive? No healers, and this Fanthemer is still living. That support coming in just in the nick of time. Is that gonna be? That is insane! Fever was by himself that entire fight and still was able to survive. And because of that survival, the clutch rockets coming in from Arya right there to help turn that fight around. One little burst of healing is all Fever needed, and he completely turned that fight on its head. Wow, that was crazy. I thought that fight was surely over. Tippy got like 3 hits. It was just thanks to Ricky and Femur. Again, Ricky kind of sitting in the back line, just tracking half of the while Femur kind of heals himself and closing out that fight win. Beat coming out from Cynical just to kind of maintain people in this cage fight here. Femur finally falling right now. But that was a big commitment again from Era. Both support ultimates being used right here. Eris falling as well, very tail end of that fight. No coalescence and no more beat. And now we got both support ultimates on the side of Styx. We also got Ricky on the prowl. Death Blossom in hand. Icarus with the high noon. I can imagine not too many ultimates being committed here from Styx, but at the same time, one big blizzard from Robotono could turn this fight around. And the big Death Blossom on both sides. Ricky gets 2, Zin gets 2. All evened up here, but Fever running for his life, not going to be able to run for too much longer as he falls, and a team kill for the side of Error. Interesting. I thought for sure Styx had that.
Is inevitable.
But again, not a big commitment. Only thing we used was the Blizzard and the and Styx only used the Death Blossom. So now we've got access to both support ultimates. We've got High Noon kind of stinks, but that's besides the point. You can go in here. Rockets coming out, as well as the Orbital Ray. And now, Tippy, it is the end of your day. Wall in your face. What can you say? My bad, didn't mean to drop the rhymes on it. Icarus flying too close to the sun, almost getting burnt. The rescue, Fever comes, trying to help turn this around again. And now Robotono last to fall. And again, Robotono was doing a lot of work with that Venture, but now with Venture being banned here, has to stick it out with the mech. He's also got a Genji. I think a Genji would be really strong here as well, but I mean, it's only one of those things like, sometimes it's just a little bit tankier to help survive. Oh boy, Ricky starting off the fight early. Fever following up. Zin falling to 1 HP and a Dream not being able to get anything done right there. And again, another big fight win for Styx, stacking on the momentum. Snowballing right now, because now they got 3.5. I mean, they went from, you know, coming down to the final minute of that first point. Now they have 3.5 minutes here to cap point C. But this is kind of where a lot of teams get held up here. A lot of corners, a lot of natural cover here. That high ground becomes a kind of a something to fight over. And you see right there, both Reapers battling and duking it out for that high ground. Zin winning it. Finally, Error stopping the bleeding. Ultimate's coming up here again. We got the Coalescence from Fagugi. But you know what that means. That he's not going to hold it until Cynical gets theirs. Sin hiding, prowling in the back line. Is Cage Fight going to come in early here? Beamer, Blizzard as well, just to help clear those sights. And Beamer getting 2 picks right there. Icarus falls, and it's tied up here for 3 versus 3 right now. Coalescence from Fagugi. Fagugi, save me! Death Blossom coming out from Ricky, not able to find anything. Robotono trying to help clear up the site. Fever being all on his lonesome here against two supports, and Zim popping his ult right back at you. Death Blossom this. Got a lot more value right there off the defensive hold, and now a fight win. 1 minute burnt off the clock there. But again, at the cost of some crucial ultimates. The Coalescence is gone, the Death Blossom, the Blizzard. So now we have to rely on Tippy and the Annihilation here pretty much to help sustain, keep that point at bay, keep it from moving around. Wall coming out earlier, cage fight from Femur, not able to find too many people in there. Cage fight being broken, those supports falling super low, and they're gonna pop the Annihilation. Roll credits. Faguki getting a pick here, just trying to block their life, and supports are falling left and right. Eris falls there. And another big fight win, only had to use the Annihilation. Now down to a minute, basically a minute and a half here. 2 minutes burnt off the clock. They're doing a great job holding this corner now because, I mean, they basically get 2 fights into 1. Robotono, no more cryo freeze here. Gotta be careful. Everybody falling super low! The orbital ray coming out too little, too late before Eris falls. Blizzard coming out as well, but not before people fall all over the place. And again, Robotono making his headway here on another character, making a big splash with that freeze.
Oh, it would have been funny if we had the little squirt gun, the little Nerf gun.
Yeah, nobody has it, man. You guys gotta pull your wallets out. This is pay to win out here. Nerf or nothing, right?
It's Nerf or nothing, not sponsored.
Oh my gosh, and again, Icarus flying again too close to the sun, falling, losing DC, people critical everywhere, popping the Coalescence. I mean, just, again, with the amount of damage that comes out, it's not enough to keep your team alive. Eris dashing in with the rally. And again, nice little stagger right there, but again, just trying to hold that point. Yeah, that hurted.
That hurted.
But we got ultimates here. Zim again could probably teleport to the top left, probably drop on their heads. Now you see Zim on the prowl, getting ready for this Death Blossom coming in here. Zim looking for getting stunned out. 1 HP in a dream does not matter. The cage fight coming out here, but now we're down to the final 15 seconds. It may not matter. Ricky doesn't have ult, doesn't have any health either. Femur swapping over to the Desperation Wrecking Ball pick to try to touch point. Robotono walling him off. Final seconds, barely able to make that touch. Eris on the point as well. And now we're in overtime. Suffer as I have. Beat from Cynical just help clean up the rest of this fight. It's just all staggers at this point. Icarus just trying to contest as well with Ricky. But now the Blizzard ultimates galore to help close out this fight, and holding it halfway through point C. Styx.
Score.
Like I said earlier,
Oh,
that
boy.
third point is really hard to cap.
Switching sides.
But
Yeah,
maybe
like I
Styx
said,
is able to hold earlier.
Initiate.
Or even just that
We'll
corner a
have
little
to
bit
see.
better. Because that's
Yeah,
all it takes,
I mean,
is
honestly,
just being a little bit better.
Yeah, you'll see once the timer expires, you'll see where the golden box of victory is for error 404.
I need to study up
409,
on,
my
like,
bad. Wrong number.
Yeah, I was like preparing myself to say that so many times there. But it is 409.
I mean, hey,
Ready for
it
battle.
must be an inside thing about the error code, because I thought 404 is like the default error code, but I wonder what the 409 actually translates to.
I'd like to know.
Error 409 is a conflict error for HTTP status code indicating that a request is sent to a server that cannot be completed due to a conflict with the current state of a target resource. Interesting. that means we don't know what that means.
I mean, you can tell me what it means, but I'm not gonna understand.
5.
I just shook my head up and down like, yes, indeed. Indubitably.
Attackers.
Yeah, I get it now. Doesn't get it.
Defend objective A.
Alright, here we go. And Tippy coming out on the JQ. This guy plays them all. Oh, big anti coming out right there. Femur falling super low. Immortality Field has to be super early on there. But I mean, at this point, they've already got the pick. They're totally cool with this. Yank the Mei right back into the fight. And now, Robotono back on the Genji prowl. Once again, help dashing left and right and helping clean up that fight really quickly. One fight, one win. And again, that was off the back of one little anti from Fubuguki right there on the Ana. I did not expect to see any Ana tonight.
I like the Ana. I like the spinning gun. I like the skin. I love to see the Ana. Another master point that was really good.
Oh boy. Sleep coming out early here and not able to stay. It was one of those things like he was trying to play slower just to kind of let the Lamatra sleep burn out the rest of that transformation. But, you know, again, not a big deal for Error because they're right in front of their spawn door. They just capped the point, so not losing too much time right now. 5 minutes on the time bank, and this point is, you know, always known historically to being almost impossible to hold. Snow ultimate coming. Robotono got the blade, and we're going to use it. We've already got 2 picks, and he's looking for more. One more dash. Yes, sir. I love seeing some good Genji gameplay right now. Robotono putting the blade to work. Again, Zim prowling that back line, sniping people, putting people dangerously low, so it makes it super easy for Fubuguki to get a nice little anti to go in. See him just playing aggressive here, ready to play the corner. Eris almost on track for a window. But Icarus also has the Blizzard. Iffy, pulse bomb coming in. Able to get Ringy! Interesting! Blizzard coming out from... They still think it's winnable here. Able to get Cynical, but Femur already falls. Zim, dangerously low. Gotta be careful with those icicles, man. One more and you perish! Not gonna commit the window right here. Arya. Interesting. I haven't seen Arya play Lucio in a very long time. Normally, when I see the Lucio on her team, it's usually Eris the one on Lucio, but I think Eris wants to play the Baptiste.
I agree there.
Now, again, you see that golden box of victory so close, and they have 5 minutes to do it. So they have tons. They can just stack up 5 ultimates, ult bomb. Everybody press Q on the enemy team. Close it out pretty easy here. It may not even need too many ultimates here. We got Nano coming out! Reflected! And he's got Blade! He's gonna commit! He's so low! The beat coming out from Cynical just to kind of keep Robotono up and healthy. And now, with just 4 minutes on the clock and nobody left alive, Arya has to try to make that touch, but it's too little too late. The beat is not able to keep him up. Femur falls. And the nice little Carnage Blade to help close out this fight and close out map number 2 with over 4 minutes on the time bank. A dominant second map from Error 409 as they take a 2-0 lead.
Play of the game.
And Robotono again coming in clutch on any character they've been playing tonight. You saw right there, this is off the backs of that one little nano. It amplifies any bit of damaging output. So, I mean, because he was reflecting all that stuff, it just made it be way more dangerous. So you gotta be careful when you're shooting those Genjis, man. They can reflect at any point in time, and you give a nano like that, it just spells go time.
I think that play of the game would have been better with that $40 noodle sword, though. Not to disrespect them.
The
but
bonks?
The bonks.
But now we go to a third map here. What map do they even go for at this point?
I mean, it's a push map, and they showed how dominant they were on a rush comp like that. So I'm not really sure what they're trying to run here. Maybe Esperanza for a little bit more dive, as Femur wanted to play that Winston or even that Malga.
That's what I'm hoping for, because I think it's one of those things like the DPS are really making a big difference on these matches, especially when you're playing these tanks that don't really, you know, yeah, in Esperanza it is. But, I mean, you really need to rely on your DPS for a lot of these maps, because, I mean, if you can kind of set your DPS up on the high ground and kind of let them go to work without feeling the pressure of the tank, they might be able to get a lot more done. And that's kind of why Error has been kind of rolling through, especially on King's Row. They've been applying a lot of pressure on the enemy team. They spell go and they run in. Despite losing a person here or there, they still commit, and those commitments is what's winning them these fights because they get so overwhelmed. And with the support lineups they've been running, they don't have a whole lot of sustain. I mean, unless they have an ultimate to kind of keep them alive, a lot of the times when they make those commitments, they almost always guarantee get at least one pick. And that one pick starts the domino effect, man. It really makes a difference when you get that first pick off in the fight.
Does look like they are choosing the Esperanza map. And with a little bit of roster swap from Styx, maybe this will be their climb back up. Arrow
Okay, so they're
404
moving. So
running
they're
the
moving
same
Eris.
comp.
Yeah, I don't think they. Yeah, I was saying they're winning two. They won the first two maps. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. But they've already won the first two maps. So at that point, there's no reason to swap. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And on the other side, interestingly enough, Eris actually going over to the DPS.
I'm interested to
Himbo
see what
coming
DPS
back
he
in.
has in his pocket there, because I don't think I've ever
His
seen
repertoire, I've seen it a couple times. I played it in season. Some lore about me. I played some Annihilation back in season 1, back when it was the inaugural season. So I got to see firsthand Eris playing DPS. I don't know what I mean. Obviously that was a couple years ago, so I couldn't tell you what he plays now. But when he did play DPS back in the day, it was a lot of hit scan, and obviously him playing the Baptiste kind of shows that he wants to run the hit scan. And I think again, I think this is a great call. I think you need to get some hit scan on the field that can kind of sit back and let people kind of run in and have to deal with this consistent damage. Because I think that was what was missing on the side of Styx. A lot of the consistency within damage kind of makes it difficult to get those picks without getting a trade. Because I mean, sure, you can get a trade here and there, but when Tippy and the team of Error just want to make a commitment like that, they don't care if they lose a person or two. Because at the end of the day, they're just looking for a fight win. Even if we win by the skin of our teeth, we win by one person. That's one person that we get on the payload for free.
Exactly. Looks like we do have a Leapfrog fan in our chat. Mr. Not Streaming Tekken today.
Ashervok, yeah, this dude, Asher, what's up, man? This dude is actually a celebrity around in the Overwatch parts. He's done the Bad Pachimari League.
Oh.
He's done a couple of the collegiate programs with me. So he's actually travels all over the country and does different Overwatch events as well. So Ashervok is definitely no slouch when it comes to
love
casting.
PPL.
He's also done ALGS, so if you guys like Apex, that's definitely the man you should go take a look at, because he's casted all over the country for everything I can imagine, and he still comes to me for advice. And I'm like, dude, you're the GOAT around here. I'm still learning. I barely got my first collegiate Overwatch gig, and I was like feeling on top of the moon. He tells me he's going to ALGS, and he's just like, I don't know if I want to go this year.
Deal. Whatever.
Yeah, I was just like, bro, you are crazy work. He just did the Marvel Rivals Twitch Rivals events.
Oh, dang. I got a Twitch, notification for that.
Uh-huh. People who actually do follow the stuff I do. I mainly do Tekken now, and that's actually how I met Asher, was when we did the first ever breakout Tekken event, and me and him were on the mic, and we've been best buds ever since. I got to see him in person at Evo this past weekend in Vegas. So if you guys went to Evo, let me know. Shout outs, we'll send some pictures. It was a lot of fun down there in Vegas. Got to go with me and my wife, so lots of fun.
Another Leapfrog goat. Sorry. Another Leapfrog fan here in the chat talking about your Genji. Ooh.
Oh God. That's how I know they're lying. I'm just kidding. Nah, I was telling you at the start, like the Nerf or Nothing shop bundle is kind of exciting, because now I get to squeak some heads with my Genji baseball bat.
It's really cute. I think probably the Soldier's the worst one, and that's like That's not saying very much, to be honest, but oh well.
I mean, I don't know why you'd want to use your soldier one when soldier like if you're gonna play soldier and you're gonna use a specific weapon, I don't know why you wouldn't use the interactive or the what do you call it? The one that actually engages, like when you get the mythic one, the
well,
one
like,
that gets
even then,
powers up when you get eliminations.
You can get the legendary one from the loot box, so if you don't have the money for that one, you might as well use the loot box one because it's free. If you think about it.
I think, in my opinion, I think Baptiste's one is probably the coolest. I think Baptiste
like that
looks
one.
really nice.
I think it's sick. I like.
Let's see.
Such a weird, like, thought process. I'm like, why didn't Freya get one? She literally has like a Nerf skin for
crossbow.
it, but like. I was thinking about paladins, actually. They have a Wreck-It weapon skins in paladins. And
I'm gonna wreck it!
the character Cassie has a crossbow just like Freya. And that's what I was thinking of. I'm not very on the nose there. It is nice, yes, it is nice that they gave out that Tracer PNG Beans one for free. As you do only have to play a few games and get 100 eliminations or assists. Any game mode, minus Total Mayhem and something else. I forget which.
4, 3.
All right, map number 3, baby. Let's get started. Let's see if Error 409 is going to close us out with a swift 3-0, or Styx going to reverse sweep. Every journey begins with a single step.
Forget to mention the bands here, but there is a Diva and a Farah band here. My apologies there.
Man, that Farah pick just tells me everything I need to know, because that means that they just don't want to have to play any hit scans. And they don't need to with a big start off like that. Tippy getting the pick onto Arya, and Himbo falling. Now no more support on the side of Styx, and no more living. Ricky matching the Tracer. Interesting. I've seen that.
It's you and me.
Yeah, man. Paladin's a lot of fun. You can see.
Moving right along.
It's funny that Sky is like the only character I remember playing distinctively when I did play Paladins a very long time ago. It's just Tracer and Sombra like combined.
I was a Genos player, which is like kind of like Zenyatta, but has like a shotgun almost. Not a shotgun, a single shot, like auto. But it doesn't
Again, look at the health pool on the side of Styx. I mean, everybody's so low. And again, that's the danger when you're running into the Lucio. Oh, nice back dash right there from Eris to help try to get that pick, but it was too little, too late. The rest of the team gonna help kind of clean up their fight. He's like, hey man, he's low. Run in the back line, clean him up. But again, with the health pool on the side of Styx, almost every single engagement they come into the fight, super low, almost half HP, and that's the danger, like I said, of running Lucio Kiri, because you don't have that sustain. The only thing that can really keep you alive and through that big chunks of damage is that Suzu. But if you're using Suzu almost every single engagement to start off, you have nothing to help cleanse the rest of the fight. Stagger, just to kind of stop the point a little bit, was not enough to get their team back onto the fight. Pulse Bomb coming out here, Cynical falling pretty low. Ricky not able to find anything, actually gonna fall himself, playing a little too aggressive right there. And now, another domino effect. They're just gonna keep rolling through. Fever falls. And now no more bodies left to contest the point once again as more payload progress on the side of Error 409. They've got a ton of ultimates now.
Beamer is on the other team, that is correct.
Might have to adjust my approach.
Beamer's about to be on the losing team unless they can turn it around right now, because now they're at 90 meters and counting. Already got the checkpoint, 7 minutes still on the clock here. I mean, they can try to do something, help turn this around. I mean, there's still plenty of time on the board, but I mean, the payload clock is still going. Tippy getting the big rampage on this fight here, and with the coalescence help kind of chunk down the rest of the team, they're in danger of just losing this map altogether. Let alone trying to bring this back. They might lose this right now if they don't start regrouping. They're running out of time here. 120 meters. Excavation initiation. Suzu not enough to keep them alive. Oh no. Big damage on the side of Error. Himbo getting stalked right now. Underground does not matter. Only a few more meters left to go. Oh no. No ultimates. Fever's got to get his rampage right now. This is his last chance. And only a few more meters to help close out the map, close out the series. They got to get it on the going. They got to get it going. Fever popped that ult. And he dies. Not able to survive. Robotono shutting it down. Does not matter what ultimates you have. It does not matter what people you have to contest the point. We're going to close it out with a swift 3-0. Error 409 wins the series, wins the first match of Season 3.
I think it's our second match, but first week, I don't really know, honestly. I'm just yapping to yap.
My man. But yeah, big damage right there from Robotono again. Just putting the work on everybody right there. And again, the beat was not enough. I mean, they weren't able to even get that beat to go off there thanks to how much damage they were doing and how fast and how quickly they were able to win these fights. And that's what I was talking about. The pressure that Arrow 409 applies to Styx right there was the deciding factor of this entire series. Every single time they wanted to make a commitment, they just commit and go and go and go. And because how fast those fights went, the supports were just never enough to help keep their teams alive.
Overall, what a fantastic showing from our Tier 3 teams here.
Oh, 100%. Again, big shout-outs to Arrow 409. Clean 3-0 to start off the series, start off the season. Hey, starting off the season with the win really does help put a fire under your team. Just get them excited for the season. I mean, we've got plenty of more Overwatch to go for the remainder of the season. This is only week number 1. But, alas. We're going to wrap it up here. It's been Mr. Leapfrog. And this is Solaire. I appreciate it, Solaire, for running the camera, running the stream for us, making sure everything looks great.
Really great to be out here and to participate in the season. I do believe we get to pick a MVP, a caster's MVP here. Honorable mention and MVP here.
Who do you got for honorable mention? I'll let you decide that one. I was thinking Eris, right?
I was thinking Eris.
It's a toss-up between Eris and Ricky for me, so you can be the deciding factor on that one.
I feel like Ricky's name was mentioned just a bit more.
All right, I'm cool with Ricky. Ricky!
And then,
all right, Ricky, get an honorable mention for Styx.
Who are you feeling there for the MVP?
It's obvious. It's the proper impersonator himself, Robotonic, man. It's got to be him. He put, boots to butts the entire series on every character they played. The Genji, the Venture when it wasn't man, and then the Mei even. Just starting off those fights every single time, being the initiator, really off the backs of the aggression of the entire team from Error. But again, it just really helped out with Robotonic being the deciding factor of those fights. So, Robotonic MVP for this map.
Sounds good to me. Thank you so much for coming out here, Mr. Leapfrog. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I love to cast, so you know where to find me at the Mr. Leapfrog on Twitter. Follow me on there. Otherwise, you follow me on Twitch. I'm right here as well. Let's go raid out to some people. So stick around, everybody, for the raid, so we can send y'all to somewhere else.
I don't believe.
Tell them how amazing Annihilation is. What?
I know the
are you
command,
right
but
now?
I'm just, I'm not on the login. Shucks.
Sorry, I'll tell them to raid it out. So stick around, guys. We'll hit the raid. If not, I'll just shut it down. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you guys again next time.